Hello, vinyl community. George Allen here. Vinyl LPs and CDs, and we're going to be talking about two records in particular in this video that I just received from Craft Recordings. And we're going to be talking about some blues and rhythm and blues today. Two fine albums. First one, Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Wonderful recording here. Done originally in 1983 on Fantasy, re-released by Stax Records. This maybe you won't get no glare off it with the out of the two of the top blues guitarists together. How about that? And it is on, this is what it looks like on yellow label by Stax, black vinyl, no big deal. Nice heavy weight there, and it's very nice recording. They do some interesting songs. One of my all-time favorite, they call it Stormy Monday. Originally done by T-Bone Walker. In fact, I had that original recording at one time many years ago. It was given to me as a birthday present when I was in college by one of my roommates. Unfortunately, I no longer have it. I wish I still did. And of course, many people have recorded it. I have it on the Allman Brothers Live at the Fillmore. They do a great job of it. These guys do an excellent job of it. In between songs, there's a total of 2 songs on each side, you know, and they love to stretch those songs out and jam over them and take turns doing solos. Just a wonderful album. Also on that Stormy Mondays on the first side, along with Pride and Joy. Second side is Ask Me No Questions and Blues at Sunrise. Also on the second side. In between, they like to chat with each other back and forth. Great album. Great album. I highly recommend it. If you have a few extra bucks, you can go to the craft site and purchase that album. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Second one I want to talk about, rhythm and blues. The history of rhythm and blues on Specialty Records. It's called Rip It Up. And boy, this has some classic tunes on it, I'll tell you. And didn't realize much about this label till I started looking at some songs. Here's the inner sleeve. Has a lot of information on it. Some of these pictures, you'll recognize that guy there, Little Richard. But it's got the main artists on here. Besides Little Richard, it's Sam Cooke, Lloyd Price, Percy Mayfield, Roy Milton, and Larry Williams. And you know, Specialty Records, here's the cover again, what it looks like. Let It Rip. Specialty Records was started back in 1945, and their specialty was rhythm and blues, blues and gospel music. And on this album they have, I think about 18 tracks, and got some good music on it. And they went on and kept recording artists, I think, right through the 50s, late 50s, almost into the 60s. And I believe this Roy Roop that started it, I think his daughter then started it back up in the 80s. Not familiar with the artist then that she took, but there were a long list of artists besides these that were on here that they had signed up, and gave many great artists a start in the R&B and blues field. And this was a real pleasure to listen to, and it reminded me when I was listening to Little Richard doing Long Tall Sally of the Beatles doing a concert, I think it was in 1963 in Sweden, and they finished, they did 3-4 songs on Swedish TV, and they finished with Long Tall Sally, and I think they weren't even supposed to be playing. I think they were supposed to be done, and they just went off and started ripping into Long Tall Sally, and you should see Ringo on the drums, man. He was just getting carried away, and they did I'll tell you, the Beatles live at that time, there was nobody had energy like they did playing live. And I'm going to put a link below on this video if you want to check them out. It's worth seeing it. But there are a lot of bands, especially English bands, like to do Little Richard songs. He had a big influence on a lot of those early bands back then in the 60s. So this is Specialty Records. This was, I'm glad I picked this up. I saw it, I thought, you know what, that looks interesting. Saw the artists on it. I think I'm going to get that. And I've really enjoyed listening to this. So that's what I have for you today. Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Specialty Records. Rip It Up. 2 great albums. Blues and Rhythm and Blues for today. Okay, folks? That's what we got for you, and we'll see what else we got coming down the road. Have a great one. Bye-bye.